बिंदास रहने का. I'm sure many of us have heard this Hindi saying where we talk about living a life without worry. And we see these Bindaas people in many places. In schools we call them backbenchers. They are Bindaas, they are not worried about anybody. So when the teacher comes in the class, they do what they want to do to get the attention of the teacher. And they love to get punishments from teachers. Teacher says, go out and become murga. They will go out and become murga there because everybody laughs at them and they love it. Teacher punishes them in the class. They are happy because they love to get punishments and get this attention. You suspend them from the school. They take it as a holiday, and after the suspension period is over, they'll say, teacher, I am back. And the nightmare of the teacher begins again, how to contain these so-called Bindaas people. These are Bindaas in negative sense. But there are also Bindaas people who live a positive life. And Jesus is the example today who gives us. Because these people, Bindaas people, the quality of the Bindaas people is they are Bindaas, they are without worry because they have nothing to lose. So when you have nothing to lose, you become your own, you become daring, you become courageous. And that is what is happening in Jesus' life today. Because Jesus, when he came from heaven, God the Father told him, Beta, sirf 33 saal ki visa de raha hu aapko. Only 33 years on this earth, do the best that you can to achieve what I am given you for the work of salvation. So he comes in the name of God. That is what the gospel tells us. Blessed is he who comes in the name of God. And when he comes in the name of God, he is Bindaas, he just works for God. And no Herod, no Pharisee, no Sadducee can block the work that he has done. That's why he dares to call Herod a fox today, because he was probably coming on his way. He didn't want Jesus to perform in the way that he wanted to go. Jesus says, I don't care. I have the visa of 33 years and I am going to do my work as God wants me to do. So that is the Bindaasness or the positivity or the courage that Jesus wants us to take up. Be in the name of God. And the first reading of today talks about it. Put on the armor of God. Read the first reading properly when after the Mass, when you get time. There's a beautiful reflection that is given how we can become daring people, courageous people, Bindaas people by wearing the whole armor of God. But my dear friends, when it comes in our life, when we have to live our life practically, it is not that easy to keep the armor of God and go ahead in the world. We have built our little Herods, we have built our little Sadducees, we have built our little Pharisees. Maybe I have built up a relationship with a person who supports me, who does something, and then I become slave to this person. Maybe I have acquired something in my life and I want to keep it safe, and I go to any extent to keep that person safe, and I become slave of that thing that I am possessing. Maybe I have a little post that I have, and to keep that secure, I go to any extent, I keep the guns on many shoulders and kill many people who come on my way because I want to become that, but I do not become Bindaas person. Maybe I want to acquire something and I go in a crooked ways, bribes, do anything that I want to get it because I am becoming slave of that person, and I do not become Bindaas. I do not confront people in the front, but I do backstab them, and I do from the sideways and the byways to get what I want. And that is what Jesus is challenging today in our today's life. Because God is the one who gives us visa. God gave him 33 years on this earth. We do not know how long God has given to us. And therefore St. Paul also reminds us in the first reading that we need to put the armor only of God and do not be afraid of anything. But it's a challenge. Challenge for each one of us, whether I want to wear that armor of God in my life, whether I can get rid of all these Herods, Pharisees, Sadducees who come negatively, positively, in a kind of addiction or anything in my life. Can I fight with them with the armor of God and become a Bindaas person in my life?